Good evening. Today is Wednesday, February 6th, 2013, and you're watching The Jessa Show on YouTube. I'm Jessa, and today I'm here in the second episode of the Just Jessa Show, a show where I tell you what's going on in the channel, show you a little bit about what's happening in my life, and answer some of your questions. Got lots of questions here. So, first of all, before I start out with the questions, I want to let you know, as you can probably tell from my voice, that I am a bit sick. I'm suffering from bronchitis, and so I'm going to do my best not to cough on the camera, but I might not be able to help that. I have some tea here, so I am ready to go to keep the old bronchial tubes moistened. This weekend we went on a trip, my husband and I, on a train trip to Northern California to visit some friends and see the Super Bowl at a friend's house down there, and it was great fun. I love the train. I absolutely love train travel, and we had our train on the way back home was delayed by 8 hours, which was very difficult to bear, but it was a good thing in that we got to travel during the day when normally the train would be traveling during the night. So we got to see Mount Shasta. So any of you guys who are watching this who live near Mount Shasta, it's beautiful. Very, very nice. And we also got to see Sacramento River, I think is what it's called, up there. So that was a lot of fun too. But the disadvantage is that I got a unpleasant cold, and that's what I'm suffering from now. So today, February 6th, you'll notice that an episode did not go up because I'm feeling under the weather. Tomorrow this episode will be going up, and then we have one more Sims 2 episode, and then by that point I should be ready to do some Skyrim recording. And I'm still also working on getting The Last Express, the adventure game I told you about, up and ready to go. And so let's, with that, talk about some of the questions that we have here. I'm going to just show you. I made little cards because I like my little low-tech title cards. This is by Adam Dwork 64. Will you be doing other Let's Plays besides Sims and Skyrim? The answer to that is yes, I will be. These are the games that I have lined up to play at this current moment. The Last Express, an adventure game set in 1914 on the Orient Express. It's a mystery, some spying, that kind of stuff, and it's a great game. So that's going up next. And then after that, I'm going to do Fable, The Lost Chapters, which is, I don't know if any of you guys are not familiar with Fable, but I like it a lot. First of all, it's got a great storyline. I've not played it before, but I've watched a Let's Play from it. From the standpoint of doing blind LPs, doing blind Let's Plays, I will probably not do one ever, because I like to make sure that I can complete a game when I put it on my channel. I don't want to start a game and then leave it hanging because I have found out that I don't like the game. The best way to determine whether I like a game or not is to watch someone else play it. This is also an excuse for me to watch more Let's Plays because I like watching Let's Plays very much. And I tend to listen to a Let's Plays when I am doing other things in the background or working on my channel. I have a Let's Play going in the background. And that's a lot of how I've learned to Let's Play, is by just absorbing what other people are doing. Anyway, so Fable, The Lost Chapters, Deus Ex, and Deus Ex Human Revolution I will be playing. Murder on the Orient Express, an adventure game by the Adventure Company, and there are a few other Agatha Christie games that I'll play as well too. The Thief series, SimCity 5 when it comes out, and one of the reasons why, just to step back one of the reasons why I like the Thief series so much is because it's a game that allows you to problem solve without violence being the only solution. This is one of the things that's difficult for me in enjoying and finding video games that I enjoy, or to find video games that offer me a chance for story and to create story and to role play without having violence be the only solution, that you just shoot the enemy and that's it. I really don't like this. So I'm always trying to find ways to do that. And with Skyrim in the vanilla game, that pretty much is your only option. But using mods, I'm able to work around that. And I'm bending a little bit. Mala is still, the way I'm working around it with Mala and with Vilya is that Vilya is the one who does a lot of the tanking, going in and taking the damage and inflicting the violence. Whereas Mala will be using magic eventually when she gets to that level that will allow her to paralyze victims, to knock victims unconscious. There's a mod that allows you to do that. To use creative problem solving, like for example, there's a mod that allows you to dress as a faction, like you can dress as a bandit and be accepted as a bandit for if you can sneak by, or if you get caught, you can pretend to be a bandit. So those are some other things as well too. If you have some suggestions for how I could role play through Skyrim while minimizing the amount of just mindless killing of, whatever, it's just to solve a problem of whatever it might be, then, always let me know. Mala's working on her calm spell. I believe that a game can be extremely interesting and a lot better for your brain, and you make it necessary to really have to think on how to get through a situation as if you were really there. And that's what role-playing for me is. A lot of what it's about is putting myself into the world, in this case through Mala's eyes, in Skyrim's case. And I know I would not just go around shooting bandits or shooting animals, definitely not animals. That doesn't mean Mala won't kill something if she has to, or if it's just attacking her and she has, of course. She's going to defend herself. But I also think that we can be creative in how we do things in getting through Skyrim. So that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. And the reason why I brought that up is because of the Thief series, which is a series I've been watching several Let's Players play. Right now I'm watching Captain Green Bear play through Thief series. And I like those those games because it allows you to use different techniques and tools to get around a level and to advance. Like they have moss arrows and water arrows, and that you can use to shoot a water arrow at a light source and put the light source out, and therefore be able to sneak by someone. I love sneaking games. So first, call out to you, my audience. Do you know of some good sneaking games? Excuse me, I'm having a hard time talking. Some good sneaking games that allow me to get around, and the focus is not on violence. That's one of the reasons why I like Deus Ex, is that you can go through without killing a single person. It makes it more challenging, more interesting. Once again, you have to use your brain. So, please let me know about that. So that's the first answer to that question, that was given to me by Adam. Hi, Adam. And so yes, I will be doing those Let's Plays. And The Last Express will be going up by the end of the month. That's my goal, is to get it done, or get it ready to go. There's a lot to setting up a new Let's Play. The way I do it, I need to make sure that all of my metadata is correct. That's tags, descriptions, titles. And so I go through a long process before I am ready to Let's Play something, which is why it took me 2 months to set up my channel and get these 2 Let's Plays ready to go. Next question is by Bug2471. Will you ever do a Mass Effect 1, 2, or 3 roleplay? It has a lot of story to work with. Thanks for that question, Bug, and the answer is maybe. And here's what I see is the problem with Mass Effect for me as a Let's Player, is that I don't know if there are non-violent solutions. It's a shooter, from what I understand. It also is an adventure. It also has a way that you can play Shepard as good, neutral, evil. So there's a lot of story to work with there. I, like many other people, can't stand the ending of Mass Effect 3, but that's not going to stop me from role-playing it or Let's Playing it. I want to know, for those of you guys who've played Mass Effect, is there a way for me to be able to, using mods or within the game, to kind of keep the shooting down, or at least, at the very least, that other squad members are doing most of that, and my shepherd is a healer or provides distraction or something of that nature. That's why I'm on the fence with Mass Effect. So let me know about that, okay? Thank you, Bug, for that question. Next question up is by one of my favorite commentators. Commentators, do I mean that? Person who comments on my channel. Is by Twiggy Bumble. My question: I'd like to hear about your cats. Are they cranky, spoiled, cuddly, nippy? What? I have one prissy mama and one cuddly girl and one very special kitty who is scared of her own shadow. Thank you, Twiggy, for that question. So I have, let me see, I'm going to do something that my cats are probably going to not be happy with me about, but both of them are right here outside of camera range, and I'm going to try and get little Luke. I'm going to dive out of the camera range here for a minute. Come here, baby boy. Yeah, I know. You're like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that, Mama? Come here. They want to see you on camera. I know. You're like, no. I don't like fame. I don't want to be famous. Here you go, Bobo. I know. Come on. Come on. There. Is Lukester. He's absolutely adorable, and he's kind of irritated right now because I just woke him up from his nap. He has a look at the look at oh, you're so cute. Oh, you're such a good boy. He's like, this sucks. He's like, this is the worst thing ever. There's a good baby boy. All right, I might let you. If you're gonna hug me and love me, maybe I will. I swear, I apologize so much for my voice. I think I sound like a man. There you go, baby boy. Enough suffering. And Lila, his sister, is over here where I'm looking. But she, in order to get her, would take some effort. So I'll get her in another Just Jessa episode. So there are our cats, Luke and Lila. They were a fun little story. They came, the way that I found them is that they came to the back door. They were 5 weeks old. They were starving. Their mother, they had been born under a house a couple of streets away, and their mother had died, been run over. And so they made a break for it and trying to find some food to eat. I would have given them another day or two maybe before they died. They were covered in fleas and dirt. And I was standing on the back porch talking on the phone, and I heard something that sounded like a bird cheep. And I looked around, and then finally, from behind the tire of my car, this tiny little black face poked out. It was so cute. And it was Lila, who's the mouthy one. Luke is not so mouthy. That one I just picked up. And Luke is a special cat because he likes to chase and retrieve Q-tips. Q-tips. You throw a Q-tip, and he'll trot off and get it, and then bring it back in his mouth and drop it right in your hand. He's adorable. So they're both black kitties. Lila is a long hair. Luke's a short hair. So those are the kitties. And I'm very, very, very attached to my babies. And in fact, when we were traveling, both my husband and I were very, very excited to get home because we don't like to be away from the cats. Just a good baby boy. Your mommy's baby. Okay, next question up is by Nico. Hi, Nico. Nico is a longtime commentator on my channel. And he says, congratulations, Jessa. Mic sounds fine. I agree with Chris. Can you do a video of your computer and its different parts? Thanks. Absolutely, I can do that. Because I'm on a webcam here, I can't really move the webcam around to show you the computer case. So I've decided to do it this way by, let's see if we can get this to work. I'm going to do find window, and I'm going to go here, and that should be showing you the window here. hopefully. And this is the video card I have. This is the computer I have. It is a compact Presario, right there. And I got it at Staples, and I've told you guys about that I have gotten computers. You know, I just get Staples. I don't know if, for those of you guys outside of, I don't know if they have them outside of America, but they're just office supply stores. And I'm jamming out to some Sade here. Anyway, I just got this from an office supply store, and then all I do is I just upgrade it. I installed a second fan, a case fan. I installed some more memory, so it's 4 gigs. I installed a new power supply, which I've never done before, so I was quite proud of myself. And it's a 400 watt power supply, so that I could put in this exact card. This card is no longer available on Newegg, unfortunately, but I'm sure you can find something similar. It's a 1 gigabyte memory hard drive. I have just one of them in. It was about $60 when I bought it a year and a half, 2 years ago. It performs admirably. My only complaint with it is that the fan gets a little loud when I'm running Skyrim, because Skyrim is such an intense card. An intense game on the card, is what I mean to say. So yeah, that's it. That's really my... I hope that switch worked out well, because I've never tried doing that while recording. But anyway, yeah, so that's my system. And my best advice, because I imagine that some of you guys are wanting to know how to play the games I play, or how to let's play. If I could do it over again, what I would do is I would build my own computer, which is not that hard. If that option scares you and you feel like, ugh, I couldn't stand to do that, then I would do what I've done, which is buy a computer. The computer I bought, the Staples computer, was about $350 when I bought it new. But I would buy, you know, a lower end, entry-level computer, and then upgrade it over time. It's not hard to install a video card. It's basically you just stick it in the slot. It's not hard to install memory. You just stick it in the slot. I won't spend any time on this episode talking about how to do that, because A, I'm not an expert at it, and B, there's so much more information available on YouTube. I'll talk a little bit more about information available on YouTube and on Google when I answer one of the later questions. So there's my computer. It's not a great computer. It gets the job done. And upgrading my computer is a top priority to me, because for those of you who are real graphics people, you'll know that my Skyrim Let's Play, one of its low points is that I can't get the really high quality graphics that some other Let's Players can get. But I didn't want to let that stop me from putting something up, because I felt that if the story was interesting enough, people would be able to overlook some of the graphics problems. If you disagree with me and you think that my Skyrim Let's Play is really weak because of the graphics, let me know in the comments below. I'm interested to hear your viewpoint on that. Let's move on to the next question. I've managed not to cough on camera yet, I'm amazed. Okay, next question is... let's get my fingers out of there. Hey Jessa, I recently downloaded ACR mod. This is from Chris, 29 Chris, and I did what you did in episode 1, a big meetup on an empty lot in my custom neighborhood. But when they make out, they turn around and twirl their fingers around their head as if to say they're crazy. What does this mean? So Chris is talking about Sims 2, and in episode number 1, one of the things that I do when starting out a new hood is I always is I always take all the Sims that I've created for that neighborhood and I stick them onto one lot, and I just invite them to get to know each other that way. And it's a great way to start out with some initial relationships. When you take them off that lot and move them into their homes, they already have relationships started up with other Sims in the hood. Sometimes romances are started up, especially if you're running ACR, which stands for Autonomous Casual Romance by 2 Jeffs. And so yeah, I'm trying to adjust my music level here so I can have enough to jam out to, but not blow my ears out. Anyway, so Chris, the answer to that is the twirling of the fingers has nothing to do with ACR. It's a reaction that Sims have to other Sims who are dancing on the lot. It's generally what I understand it to be in my years of playing, what I've seen. If another Sim is dancing on a lot and they don't have a good dancing skill, Sims will look at them and twirl do that thing that you're talking about, where they twirl their finger around like they're crazy. And the other time that Sims will do that twirling finger is if one Sim on the lot has gone crazy and the therapist is visiting. And if you remember, in a couple episodes ago in the police station, a Sim went crazy. And that caused the therapist to come, and then if another Sim had been in the room to see that, then you would have seen the Sim doing that crazy motion. So that's what my best guess is, that you had music going and Sims were dancing badly. Hope that answers that question for you, Chris. Okay, and this question is from Nathan. It's Nathan8797. He made a comment that said, orientation. I thought all Sims were pansexual. I hope you guys can read these cards. I know that they're a little bit blurry, but hopefully you can get the point across. And he made this comment in response to something I'd said in a Let's Play about how my Sims, I don't mind whether Sims are heterosexual, homosexual, asexual, it doesn't matter to me. And Nathan, you're right about that. When a Sim is first created, their attraction to male or female is set to 0. And depending on how the Sim, depending on what you, the player, does, as well as what the Sim reacts to, will determine whether the Sim ends up being heterosexual or homosexual. And there is also a bisexual, I guess, as well, in that you can have a Sim be attracted to men +5 and women +6 or +10. It's on a scale, basically. So you can have that as well, too. What I was speaking about was from the standpoint of autonomous casual romance, which allows you to have Sims have sexual orientation and set your hood. When you first put autonomous casual romance in, you can set it up so that it will automatically by lottery, by random, that's the word, choose Sims to be bisexual, heterosexual, homosexual, asexual. So that's what I was referring to when I was thinking about their sexuality. But one of the many things I like about The Sims 2 is that the Sims are not affected by race or by sexuality. You can if a Sim declines another Sim, it won't be because of their gender. It will be because of their turn-ons and turn-offs. Sims are not affected by religion. So I love that very much about the game. So I just wanted to respond to that comment. Okay, this is by Gummy Razor. It says, I've been curious since yesterday about the Sims 2 graveyard site. If you don't have all the expansions, how would you determine what items like clothing, furniture, or mods you can download? I mean, since you seem experienced, even if you have a lot of Sims 1 or Sims 2 expansion packs. I think I read that wrong. I mean, since you seem experienced, even if you have a lot of the Sims 2 expansion packs. So, Gummy Razor, the answer to this question is, this is one of the disadvantages of the Sims 2 graveyard, is that unfortunately, there is no way to know whether it's for an expansion pack or not. And I'm trying to think of what you would do around that. I do have all expansion packs. I do have all stuff packs. So I think that if you really wanted something from the Sims 2 graveyard and you were unsure of whether it would work with your expansion packs, I would do one of two things. One, I would start up the game and put the item in, start up the game without your downloads in, and have a test neighborhood that has nothing in it but a sim or two and a house that's not attached to your neighborhood at all. And put the item in and see if it shows up and works. Take all of your other downloads out. If it does show up and work, put it in with your downloads. Try it in the test neighborhood. And, oh, I think I lost my camera there, so I'm going to see if I can find it again because it popped out there. There it is. I apologize for that. I hope you guys didn't see just the desktop or whatever. And I'm going to turn off the thing that I think may have caused it to do that. Anyway, what I was saying there was, oh yeah, okay, so I would start my game. That would be the quickest way to do it. The other way would be to go to, try to mod the Sims or, no, actually, I'm going to take that back because a lot of times people won't know. And Garden of Shadows would be your best bet because at Mod the Sims, they have an arcane, out-of-date rule that they won't discuss items that aren't from Mod the Sims 2, and they'll say, please contact the creator, which is impossible to do because it's on the Sims 2 graveyard. There is no creator. So I would go to Garden of Shadows, Google that, and put a question in the Sims 2 general area. The reason why I recommend that site is because Garden of Shadows still has the most active Sims 2 community. It also is not got that rule about having to be able to ask a creator. A lot of people know a lot of mods there. If none of those things work, you can also send me a comment on one of my videos or the video where you saw the item, and I will let you know what I know about it, if anything. Okay, so those hopefully those are the ways that answer your question. The best thing to do is to get all the expansion packs and save yourself the bother when you can. I understand that some of them are hard to find now, particularly Apartment Life and Mansion and Gardens, but I would highly suggest for everyone to start hitting up eBay and grabbing their expansion packs while they can, because they're going to become harder and harder to get over time. And for whatever reason, Electronic Arts is choosing not to make a complete collection like they did with Sims 1. And I wish they would, but I don't think they're going to. If they were going to, I think it would have come out by now. I hope that answers your question. Next question is by 5-Leaf Clover 7. And it is, the prison is so cool. I can't build or design. Let's see. What do you use to record? I've been thinking of buying Fraps or something, but it's kind of expensive for me. And your headset is really nice. Thank you. Thanks for the comment on the headset. It's a live chat, and it's called Microsoft Live Chat LX 3000 if you want to get one. And I got one used on Amazon for $9, and I have definitely got my $9 worth out of it, and I plan to have it for years. 5-Leaf, thank you for your question. And what do I use to record? I use a program called Bandicam, Bandicam. It's about $35 or $40. I highly recommend it. When I first started out with Let's Playing, I tried 4 different recording programs. Fraps was one of them. And one of the reasons why I chose Bandicam was because there were 2 reasons. One, because the file sizes that it records is very small, so I didn't have to invest in an external hard drive or another internal hard drive to store all the files. I didn't have a lot of hard drive space. I had to clear a lot of stuff off of my hard drive to do it. So yeah, that was the first reason. The second reason was that Bandicam allows you to record 2 different tracks. Right now, I'm recording 2 tracks. One, I'm recording this Sade song playing in the background, and which I love, and I'm going to back up because I love this part. And the second thing I'm recording is my voice, and I'm recording those on 2 different tracks. This is essential for editing because let's say that my voice is too loud over the game audio, which happens sometimes, or the game audio is too soft. I can change the volume of the game audio and level out the audio. The other thing is, a lot of times, particularly if you don't have a good microphone, like I used to not have it before I bought this one, my weak spot of my Let's Playing was my microphone. It was a Logitech microphone, but it was old. Logitech is actually a pretty good brand for buying an inexpensive microphone, and I recommend looking into that brand, Logitech. But this microphone that I had a lot of buzz, static in the background. And even as I'm recording now, the computer fan, also I have a heater going in the background, will cause there to be ambient noise in the background. If I record my video separately, my audio separately, my voice, I can then go in and clean up just my voice file in Audacity. And I have set up a macro which cleans up my voice in Audacity in one fell swoop. It cleans up the noise, it does a noise removal, it does compression, it does equalizes, takes care of everything in one fell swoop. So I recommend learning how to do that. They're called chains, like a link of chains in Audacity, and look up Audacity and chains and train yourself on how to do that. Hope that helps. We have 3 more questions to go. The next one is by Simmer23, and the question is, "Hey Jessa, I record with the same, let's see. I know I have to figure out how to make it not blur out. With the same device as you, but let's see what he's saying. Oh, I record, that's what it says. The same device as you, but my game audio doesn't record with Bandicam. Please help." Simmer23, in Bandicam, you need to go to Settings, under Video, Record, Settings, Record Sound, and you need to make sure that you have a primary sound device and a secondary sound device. My primary sound device is Win7 Sound. My secondary sound device is my headset microphone. The best way to figure out how to do this when you're first learning Bandicam, you're going to have a lot quicker response, and I'm going to say this for a lot of the questions that I've gotten so far. Particularly, I've gotten a lot of questions from Chris, and a few other people who've asked me things about the technicalities of Let's Playing. And I'm going to tell you that the quickest and the biggest tip I can give you, I think the #1 reason why my channel has been successful thus far is because I am proactive in finding the answers to my questions. There's a lot to learn about Let's Playing. Well, anyone can start up with a crappy microphone and put up some stuff on YouTube. But if you want people to actually take time out of their precious time out of their day to watch what you're doing, then you'd better make sure it is very good. And how you do that is when you run into problems, like for example, Simmer23, the way you have run into a problem with Bandicam instead of coming and asking me, and I can't answer the question for days or weeks later until I do the next Just Jessa episode. And when I'm getting a lot of questions, it's hard to answer them one at a time in that way. What I recommend you do is you go to Google or go to YouTube and put in Bandicam 2 audio tracks and search for that until you find the answer. And that's what I did. And I still do it. When I run into problems with Let's Playing, right now I'm trying to figure out a problem with doing something in Sony Vegas and setting up a 4:3 aspect ratio on a video. The Last Express is a 4:3 aspect ratio, and YouTube is a 16:9 aspect ratio, and I don't want to have black bars on the side of my video, so I'm trying to figure out ways around that, and that's why Last Express is taking a little bit of time to come up. I could go and ask another Let's Player how they've done what they did, and that's a way to socialize and connect with people, but it's a lot faster and a lot more self-esteem building to search for answers on your own. So I highly recommend doing that. I recommend that it's a lot easier and a lot less stressful for the person you're asking a question to, because if I'm getting a lot of questions, I can't answer them all. I often can't answer them all until days or weeks later. And that's a long time for you to be waiting for an answer when you could just be proactive and look it up yourself. So, I hope that answers your question about Bandicam Summer 23. Thank you for asking your question. Okay, this is by Lily. Hi, Lily. Lily is also a frequent commentator, or commenter, I should say. She says, I love you. You are funny and have a great personality, and you make me happy when I'm sad. That's great. Are you going to what are you going to name the baby, if it's a girl or a boy? Lily is referring to Sienna and Lex's baby, the first baby born in Acanthop, and the answer to that is, I don't know. Why don't you guys tell me what you want Sienna's baby's name to be? So put down some suggestions. If it's a girl, give me a name. If it's a boy, give me a name. And I may pick one of them to use for when she has her baby. So I hope that answered your question, Lily. Okay, this is from Ivy the Voodoo Doll. Last question. It says, excellent and entertaining as always. I downloaded the Bank EP. She's talking about from the Sims 2 Graveyard. I think that's what's required for the parcel thingy. She's talking about a parcel sender thing from the graveyard, but there are no instructions to what each thing does, so I'm not even sure what to put in the game. Will it be further explained in the next Let's Play? The answer to that, Ivy, is that, what is the answer to that? I might have to look the answer up on... First of all, the parcel thing... I'm going to the Sims 2 Graveyard right now to look it up for you. And I'm also going to take a bit of tea here, as my poor voice is having a hard time. Okay, so this is PC Sims, and I'm looking under business type stuff, and the package parcel service is not part of the Bank EP, Ivy. It's part of, it's a separate thing here, and it says parcel service, and there's a picture, and then the package is included. The RAR, it's a RAR file. So that's where you want to get that from. The Bank EP, the best way to find out, once again, what it does, because I use some of the Bank EP and some of it I don't, is to put it in your game, put it into a blank neighborhood without your downloads in, so you could just load up pretty quickly. And then look through the catalog to find everything. I think that the Bank EP might come with its own collection file, which would be helpful. And then you can look through and see what each thing does. That's really the best way to do it when you're using old downloads like these, older downloads. That doesn't mean the downloads don't work. Many of them work just fine, but you have to be willing to do a little bit of investigative reporting on your own. So yeah, the Bank EP has a couple of neat things that I have used over the years. Another thing in here, the post box that I showed you at the post office is in here under business. It just says post box. That's the one I use, and it has a picture with it so that I know that that's the correct item. So I hope that answered your question, Ivy. The next thing I wanted to share with you guys about is I've had some wonderful entries for sending in a sim. If you have sent me in a sim, I will be putting it in the next live simming session, which will be today is Wednesday. It will not be this weekend, it will be next weekend. I'm not going to do it this weekend to give me a chance to heal up from this bronchitis, but I will do it next weekend, and next weekend would be Saturday, February 16th. So good, perfect. That'll be just after Valentine's Day. Now I have another request for you, and that is if you have a pet that you would like to see in Acanthop, a cat or dog, then I'd be happy to put your cat or dog in Acanthop. Same thing as always. Send me a picture, send me the file, and send me a little background if you'd like. So if you'd like your real life cat or dog in Acanthop, go ahead and send me a pet. Put it in a RAR or a zip file and upload it to Mediafire, to box.net, or to ForShared or some other file sharing service where I can just click on the link and put all of the things into one zip file. Please don't put them into separate zip files so I have to click on each one. Please don't do that. So send me in a pet, because Acanthop only has 2 pets in it now. It has the 2 dogs at the police station, and we need to start filling up Acanthop with some fun pets, some strays, that kind of thing. So please send me in a pet if you have one, and I will put it in the next live simming session. Last thing I wanted to share with you guys about was the comments policy on the Jessa channel. I've been getting a couple of, I've had to ban a couple people for rude comments, and that's to be expected on YouTube. I'm very pleased with the lack of rude comments that I get on this channel, which is very nice. But I will tell you that I don't want you to put first comments. I want you to put comments that further the discussion, that ask questions that are impertinent to what the video is about, but comments where you just come in and say first will be deleted. If you continue to do that, I'll ban your account. So please don't do it. Thanks. I appreciate that. There's one more thing I wanted to answer along with the games that I will be playing. I want to tell you about the games that I maybe will play and the games that I will definitely not be playing. I will be playing I may be playing Gary's mod. I've had this suggested to me several times, and I just need to ask you, for those of you guys who've played Gary's mod, can you tell me what it is? Because by looking at it, I don't really understand what it's about. I don't understand how I can role play in it, or what the point of it is. So I'm willing to look at the game if I knew what it was about. So let me know, please. The games that I will not be playing at all are Sims 3. Oh, I said it out loud. Oh, I did. I will not be playing Sims 3. The Sims 3 is not a game for me. I dislike it, and for many, many different reasons. So I will be keeping the love of Sims 2 alive. The next type of game I will not play are horror games. I don't like being afraid. If I want to be afraid, all I have to do is close my eyes and drag up some memories, and I'll have no problem with that. So no horror games for me. No face cams with horror games. You'll have to go somewhere else for that. The last game that I will never play is Minecraft. For a couple of reasons. One, I don't like the aesthetics of the game. I don't like the way it looks. Two, it's very saturated on YouTube. It would be hard for me to get a foothold into the Minecraft community unless I was doing something extremely unique with it. So I don't want to play something that's just so saturated, not my type of game. So that's why I won't be playing Minecraft. So I hope that answers your questions about the games that I have coming up on this channel. I think that's it. If you have any questions that you'd like to ask for the next Just Jessa show, leave them in the comments of the videos. I collect them as we go and then answer them all at this time in the next episode, which will be episode 3. At this point, I'm going to take a Halls because, I feel horrible. It's not good. Anyway, don't get bronchitis. It sucks. It's horrible. Yeah. So thank you for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please hit the thumbs up button below. And if you loved what you saw, join the party and subscribe. And there'll be more videos coming out tomorrow. Have a great evening. Thanks for watching.